How's everyone doing? Welcome to my channel, Packs and Pickups. Today, I'm going to share with you a review on the 2024 Panini Absolute Football Hobby Blaster Boxes. These Hobby Blaster Boxes were exclusive to the Panini website. However, they are officially sold out, so I had to get mine from a third-party vendor, which was the Card Collector 2 website. Card Collector 2 is a popular content creator who owns his own card store and also operates a website where you can buy pretty much all things related to collecting sports cards. Whenever something sells out, I can usually find the product there. In this instance, I did have to pay an upcharge of $3 to $4 per box because he did not get this product for wholesale. So in order for his business to turn a profit, he has to tack on a little extra, which I have no problem paying. All right, now I'm going to give you a little information on this product. These Hobby Blaster boxes come with 11 cards per pack, 6 packs per box, and you can find 3 Blaster exclusive purple parallels per box on average. One of the differences between the Hobby and retail Blaster boxes is that you will find 3 green parallels in the retail instead of 3 purple parallels. You also get some different inserts, and the odds of pulling a memorabilia or autograph card in the Hobby version are increased. I believe it is 1 autograph or memorabilia card every other box on average. Okay, now I'm going to show you the cards that I got from opening up 3 of these Hobby Blaster boxes. The goal is to show you the designs of the cards, the players you can get, and give my overall thoughts on the product. I will show you every single card I received except for the base cards. I will show you the base cards so you can see their design, and I do believe they deserve some recognition, but I will limit the amount I show you to save time. Let's get into it. Here are the base cards. I'm not a super big fan of this design. These round pill-like shapes and circles are a bit cheesy, in my opinion, and the colors are a little lackluster. I do appreciate that they added some foil accents to the card. You get a nice shine on the Absolute logo and the player name as well. Now I'm going to share with you some of the players you have a chance at pulling. This product mainly contains modern players for the base cards, and the player pictures on them are pretty decent. Now we're going to move on to the purple parallels. You are guaranteed to find 3 of these per box. As you can see, the color is only in specific areas and very faint. I wasn't even aware I had pulled some of them because the color was so unnoticeable. I had to go through each card and shine a bright light on them in order to find the ones that I pulled, and it was not easy. I also don't even like the shade of purple that's used. It just adds to the corniness of the whole design. These purple parallels are a bit more rare because they are in the silver foil rookie version. All base rookies come in this silver foil design, which is okay. Once again, it's not the most appealing design, but it could be a lot worse. Speaking of these silver foil rookies, I will now share this pile containing all the rookies I pulled so you can get an idea of how many you will see. If you like collecting rookies, this is definitely a set to check out. There are lots of deep cuts in here, but also some notable players like Drake May, JJ McCarthy, and Xavier Worthy. I also really like how you get rookies of various types, such as in training camp, at the combine, in their college uniforms, and during the season. It's a real highlight of this set. Like I said before, the base cards have some nice player pictures, but the rookies are definitely better because they are a bit more unique. And I think it's really cool that they did that. Not only does it separate them from the base cards, but it also separates them from the other sets that are focused heavily on the rookies. That's it for the silver rookie pile. Up next are the inserts I received in the set. Some of them I like and others are questionable in my opinion. First up is this Draft Diamond rookie insert. This is one of the inserts that I actually really like. It contains Hall of Famers and notable players. I tend to gravitate towards cards of players I grew up watching as a kid. I also think the diamond design and the silver foil go really well together. It gives it a stained glass-like look, which is really appealing to the eye. We then have these introduction cards, which are inserts highlighting rookie moments. I like the concept of these inserts, but because the whole card is in silver foil, the picture looks faint. Overall, though, it's cool to see some rookie moments highlighted, and the ones they use are pretty entertaining. Now we're going to get into my less favorable inserts. First up is the Rock Out insert. It's one of those inserts where I just say, why? Like, why make this a design? It's weird, cheesy, and unnecessary. I guess maybe if I was a kid, I might think this is cool, so maybe I'll give it a break if it was made for that purpose, but overall, not a fan. Second are these stargazing inserts. These aren't as bad as the Rock Out. I like how they incorporate the team logo, and the foil with the space theme work well together. My problem with it is the player looks a little out of place and there's too much going on. I feel like if they resized some things and played down the design, it would have come out a lot better. Last are these By the Storm inserts. I like the color, the silver accents, and the storm in the background looks cool. However, I don't understand the concept. What do they mean by storm? I'm not really sure. Also, the execution of the design is very poor. The player blends into the background to make it look like they are in the storm, but it just ends up making the card look cheap. All right, next up are these two cards that I am keeping, but not necessarily putting in my main collection. And what I mean by that is these are cards that I think are noteworthy enough to keep, but I don't have a connection with the players enough, and I don't like the cards enough to keep in my main collection. I just hold them in a separate collection of cards that I think maybe they'll go up in value. Maybe I just want to hold on for history's sake, but they're definitely not cards that are going into my main PC. All right, the first one is this Michael Penix Jr. in the silver foil. I'm keeping this one because I believe Michael Penix has a lot of potential. He came into the latter half of the year for the Atlanta Falcons and just showed a lot of promise, a lot of skill, and he could potentially be a future top player in the league. Odds are he's probably not, because sophomore slumps are a thing. You know, players show promise in the rookie season, but then defenses, coordinators start to figure them out in the next season, or they just can't handle the pressure and they fall off. It happens literally all of the time. But Michael Penix did show enough for me to believe that he has a chance, small chance, but a chance to make it to the next level, to increase his status and become a star player. On to the next card, and that is this Jaden Daniels silver rookie card. Jaden Daniels obviously is at the top of my rookie class list. He was sensational, one of the best rookie seasons of all time for a quarterback. He almost took the Commanders to a Super Bowl, and he was just an amazing player, a standout. Hopefully he continues to be a standout. There are times when even rookie quarterbacks such as Jaden Daniels do fall off. I know his season was historic, so it's pretty unlikely that he does fall off, but the Redskins have a history of that in themselves. Robert Griffin III was pretty good too, and he ended up falling off. But I hope he doesn't. I hope he has a really good career, and I'd love to keep this card. Once again, even if it's Jaden Daniels and he goes on to be an absolute stud, Super Bowl champion, MVP, all that stuff, I don't think this is going to have a whole lot of value. It's an absolute cheaper Panini type football card, but once again, for historical purposes, it would be really cool having a Jaden Daniels rookie card that I did pick up during his rookie season. All right, those were the two cards that I picked up and put to the side to keep for the future. And now I'm going to show you the cards that I am keeping in my main collection. All three are these draft diamond inserts. As I stated before, I really like this insert. I think it's really cool. And first up out of these three cards is this Tiki Barber. I really like this Tiki Barber, mainly because he's wearing my favorite Giants uniform. I like this uniform a lot better than the modern ones they use. It's a very slight change between this uniform and their modern uniforms, but I feel like there's a little difference in the color blocking. Maybe the blue's a little lighter. I don't know. The main thing that I like is the Giants text on the helmet instead of the NY. The white really pops on this uniform. I just think all around, even though it's subtle, I think it's just better, and that adds to this card in general. But also what I really like about it is it's Tiki Barber with a mustache. I know that kind of sounds crazy, but when you collect a lot of cards you have to really decipher what you're going to keep in your collection. And I always look for little details, little things that make a card stand out, a feature, et cetera, et cetera. And Tiki Barber with the mustache is a standout for me. It is earlier in his career. You know, a lot of people remember him for the bald head, the bald features in his latter instance of his career. But I always really liked the mustache Tiki Barber. He was a beast, and that makes me really want to keep this card. Also, I just like collecting legendary running backs in general. Running back's my favorite position, so I do have an extensive running back collection. I am picky on which ones I add in the collection, but to be honest with you, I really like this design. Like I said, the stained glass-esque feature that the diamond design and the silver foil adds to it, the color matching of the uniform, and of course, it's a great player picture of Tiki Barber with the mustache, with the visor, with the best Giants uniform, and that's why I am keeping it in my collection. The next card is this Jason Kelce. The reason why I'm keeping this card is because I grew up in the Philadelphia area. I have family, I have friends that are Eagles fans. I am not, but I have an appreciation for them. And Jason Kelce was the heart and soul of that Eagles Super Bowl win, their first ever one. He was an instrumental part of that team. And even when they had the parade afterwards and he was at town hall dressed up, being all crazy, he's just a great personality. A lot of people have a problem with him these days because he has a talk show, a podcast. He's a big personality. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing in people's eyes. They see him too much. They don't like him. Me personally, I don't care. I remember what he did on the football field. I remember his personality there, and that's what I care about. I think it's an important card. Not necessarily that the draft diamonds is important, but just having a card of an important player to me is special. And I just really like this design. So I'm going to keep this one in my collection. And the last one is my favorite one, and that is this Eddie George draft diamonds in the Houston Oilers uniform. This card is very special for me because it is Eddie George in the Oilers uniform, and that's what made me become a football fan in the first place. I liked football, of course. I was a small child, but I did like football. I played, Pop Warner football and all that kind of stuff. My dad was a football player. So I enjoyed the sport from a very young age, but I wasn't connected to it. Many of my family members and friends were Eagles fans. Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, I guess my friends would be. I was really young, but family were Eagles fans. Not my dad. My dad was a Packers fan. But majority of the family were Eagles fans, and I just never really connected with the Eagles like that, and I didn't connect with the Packers either. The time when I really connected with the game and my own team was when I got a small mini helmet out of a quarter machine at a supermarket, and the helmet that I got was a Houston Oilers helmet. I had no idea what it was. I didn't even know what the symbol on it was, but I was fascinated by it. I liked the colors. Fast forward to me catching a game, and I loved the uniforms. There was just something about how they were playing that I liked as well. And then I saw Eddie George, and that was it. All right, next up is this gold parallel rookie card. I'm not sure exactly what the design is of this parallel, but I do know that there is some gold in here. So I'm calling it a gold parallel. It is a 54 out of 499 of Amiris Mims, a tackle, I believe. I do like that it has some color match in it. It is finally a numbered card, the only number card I pulled. But overall, a rookie tackle of a player and a team that I really don't care for a whole lot. I don't hate them. I'm sure he's a great player. I'm just not that into this card. It's such a high print, $4.99. Not much to say else about it. It's probably one of the nicer cards that I pulled. It's nice to get a numbered card, a rookie numbered card, but because of all the factors I just stated, it's not that special to me. All right, last two cards, I promise. Here we go. Memorabilia cards. First up is this Nick Chubb Draft Diamonds memorabilia card. This is a okay card. The problem with this is It's a memorabilia card, and Panini are terrible with memorabilia. We don't know where this came from. It always says not from any specific game or match or something. There's been scandals of fake merchandise to begin with in the cards. So whenever you get a memorabilia card from Panini, it's always a big letdown. It really means nothing. It's a napkin. It's a square piece of fabric that we don't know where it came from. Memorabilia matters when it's game worn or something cool like a patch or different colors, not these solid color pieces of napkin that Panini put in their cards. So I did not get any autograph cards, autos in this product. I only got 2 memorabilia cards, one being this Nick Chubb and the other one you will see shortly. To speak on a little about Nick Chubb, normally I'd be excited to get a running back, and Nick Chubb isn't a bad running back by any means. He had some really, really good years, just not enough for me to care or connect with. So this card was kind of a letdown. So I'm going to move on quickly from it. And the last card I'm going to show you is this Draft Diamonds Trevor Lawrence memorabilia card. Same deal goes for this one. It's just a black square in the card. Whoop-de-doo. Trevor Lawrence had a down year. Not great. Might get traded. So this card doesn't really do anything for me. I do have a lot of respect for Trevor Lawrence. I do think that he's a decent player. I think maybe if he gets traded, go somewhere else, he might have more success. Also, I did talk a lot about how I like the Draft Diamonds, but in this instance, these cards do not have the silver foil, so you do not get that stained glass effect. You know, it's a lot more dull. It's still not bad. It's better than a lot of other inserts, but without the silver, it loses its shine, pun intended. But that's it. That's it for those 2 cards. That's it for all the cards. I showed you the base, the parallels, the rookies, cards that I'm keeping. And now my final opinion on the product. Disappointed. Don't really like the product. Doesn't have a whole lot to offer. It's $35. It probably should be $25. It says hobby. It's not really that great of a hobby. There's nothing really hobby about it. Sure, I got 2 memorabilia cards, a numbered card, and you get a bunch of silver cards, but the design isn't great. The silver rookies are whatever. It's not that big of a deal. They're not bad cards, but in the grand scheme of things, when we're talking about a hobby product, you expect a little bit more. And silver rookies just don't do it for me. Purple parallels definitely don't do it for me. Memorabilia cards also fall flat. The design falls flat. I would skip the absolute football hobby blaster boxes. If you see it, I'd probably ignore it. Use your money somewhere else. But at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. You do what you want. If you saw enough about this product and enjoyed it, go out there, grab it, have some fun. But if you're looking for my opinion, this is a pass. All right, I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the next one, and I will see you around. All right.